guys, welcome back to the Queen Stuff Show. So today I'm just going to introduce the new topic that I just wrote down recently, and that is the Proverbs 31 verse 10 woman. And the title is Some Features of the Virtuous Woman according to Proverbs 31 verse 10 to 31. So I won't talk about much today. I'll just give you a small glimpse of what is inside this booklet. So I just wrote down 10 features that I found from this Bible passage, and I know that most of the people have read it so many times, so I'm sure you guys know everything. So the first one was a trusted wife. That was from Proverbs 31 verse 11 to 12. And the second one is a friend and a supervisor. This is very interesting. And the other one is a vineyard owner or a farmer. We find that this woman not only did some things within the house, but she also went ahead and bought a farm, and she made a vineyard out of it. And so the fourth one is an entrepreneur. She used her mind, her hands to do something. With her confidence, she created something that others thought wouldn't be done. So we find in Proverbs 31 verse 24. So the fifth one I wrote down to say a tailor or a garment maker. That I guess you understand. And the sixth one is a charity worker or a giver. This is what every woman should have. This is a characteristic of every single woman. A woman is supposed to be a giver, a homemaker, and so we should practice charity as soon as possible. And the seventh one is a role model. The eighth one is an inspiration. This we can find in Proverbs 31 verse 26. So this, or we can just put them and sum up into two phrases saying a role model and an inspiration. This is what every woman wants to be in the society. So when we open our mouths, we should speak wisdom. And the ninth one is a mother. And the 10th one, the last but not least, is a daughter. So these two characteristics are not just about being a woman, but it's being someone in somebody else's life. So she was a daughter to someone, and she was a mother to someone. So how are we supposed to impact our children, and how are we supposed to impact our own parents? This is what I have talked about in my booklet. So I am going to talk about it maybe later, but if you need it, I can send it to you. I have it on my laptop, and I also have it on my booklet, so I can send it to you either way, but you just have to tell me. So thank you so much for watching the show, and I hope you tune in later, because I am going to be talking about more interesting things. So for now, it's a goodbye. Okay, so I just recently received a question from someone I visited just recently, and she asked to say, what is the most important feature of the Proverbs 31 woman? What is the most important feature of the Proverbs 31 woman? And so I started thinking to myself and saying, what is the most feature for you? But I found it to be interesting because the Bible doesn't really state one part that is more important than the other. All of them are important, but one thing that I would say is really important for every woman is to have a connection with God, a relationship with God. Because if you have a relationship with God, God is going to tell you what to do, what not to do. So I'm going to read from Proverbs 31 verse 17. It says, she girdeth her loins with her strength, and strengtheneth her arms. So this is strength, right? Strength that does not come from the body of a human being. It comes from the spirit. We have the strength of the body that people like to go to the gym for and stuff like that, and we also have the strength that comes from the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit gives us the strength, and so this is the strength that this woman had. Because if you would tell any woman to do what this woman had today, it can be so hard because they're trying to use their own strength. But the strength of the Holy Spirit is much more than the strength of the physical body. It helps you to do so many things, even at once. So you can find that she was a farmer, she was a housekeeper, she was doing all those things without getting tired or even like complaining about it. So this is a strength that comes from the Holy Spirit, meaning that she had a connection with God, she had a relationship with God. And so I would answer my friend to say the most important feature of all of us women out there is to have a relationship with God, so that the Holy Spirit can give us the strength of this woman. If we try to be all these things that this woman was, we can fail, because we're using our own strength. But if we use the strength that comes from God, I am sure we can do it. So be happy and just have a relationship with God. God is going to tell you everything you need to do, everything you need to know, and the next step, everything that you need to do. Just don't worry, just have a relationship with God. So that is the answer for that question. If you have any answer, any question, or maybe any addition to the answer that I have said, feel free to ask, feel free to answer. Thank you so much for the question.